And she wept, an ancient, inconsolable despair that screamed and tore and shredded them both as countless hours passed. Time and sorrow and fury flowed together in stark, wrong-drawn darkness. Owen knew there and then that he would never forgive himself for having got up from his seat at that exact moment, for not being there to protect them, and knew that this pain was forever. But Sonia would not have been Sonia if she had let the darkness win. So, one morning, Ove did not know how many days had passed since the accident. Expressing herself quite succinctly, she declared that she wanted to start having physiotherapy. And when Ove looked at her as if it was his own spine screaming like a tortured animal every time she moved, she gently leaned her head against his chest and whispered, "We can busy ourselves with living or with dying, Ove. We have to move on." And that's how it was. In the following months, Ove met innumerable men in white shirts. They sat behind desks made of light-colored wood in various municipal offices, and they apparently had endless amounts of time to instruct Ove in what documents had to be filled in for various purposes, but no time at all to discuss the measures that were needed for Sonia to get better. A woman was dispatched to the hospital from one of the municipal authorities, where she bullishly explained that Sonia could be placed in a service home for other people in her situation. Something about how the strain of everyday life quite understandably could be excessive for Ove. She didn't say it right out, but it was clear as crystal what she was driving at. She did not believe that Ove could see himself staying with his wife now. Under present conditions, she kept repeating, nodding discreetly at the bedside. She spoke to Ove as if Sonia was not even in the room. Admittedly, Ove opened the door this time, but she was ejected all the same. "The only home we're going to is our own one, where we live." Ove rolled at her, and in pure frustration and anger he threw one of Sonia's shoes out of the room. Afterwards, he had to go and ask the nurses, who'd almost been hit by it, if they knew where it had gone, which of course made him even angrier. It was the first time since the accident that he heard Sonia laughing, as if it was pouring out of her, without the slightest possibility of stopping it, like she was being wrestled to the ground by her own giggling. She laughed and laughed and laughed until the bowels were rolling across the walls and floors, as if they meant to do away with the laws of time and space. It made Ove feel as if his chest was slowly rising out of the ruins of the collapsed house after an earthquake. It gave his heart space to beat again.